Hello, everyone, and good evening. I know we have lost quite a bit of time today, but we'll not waste any more time and let's start today's class. You guys can turn your videos on if you want to. Yeah, I'll share my screen now. Yeah, I hope my screen is visible.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Okay, just a second. Yeah. So, last class, many of you were you could not attend, but that's okay. Last week we did not learn anything new. We only had a small recap of what we learned in level 1. Today, what we are going to learn is about if-else statements, like conditional statements. And first, let's see what we are going to learn today. We'll have a short recap of level 1 concepts, and then we'll learn about if-else statement, and then if, elif, and else statements. And then we try to answer a few questions, and then we'll have an assignment. I hope you guys are familiar with this class structure. Yeah, so anyway, let's not waste any more time and we'll get into it. Yeah, when you see these 5 topics, can you tell me, do you remember these?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, and what are variables? You can just say in a single sentence. We don't need to waste much time. So,
Which doesn't have a value, we'll assign it.
okay. We'll assign a value to it. Okay. And then input. Yes, Hansini.
That we will get.
Yeah, we get initiate our input from the user. And then we have data types, that is string, that is a collection of characters. And then we have integers, which are numbers, and float is numbers with decimal points in it. And then arithmetic operators, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, float division, and then modulus are like remainder, and then exponentation. Okay, those we have, and then we have comments and readability. I hope you do remember what comments are. Kriti? Are you there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Could you tell me what comments are and what they do?
If we give any statement, then we'll answer to that question and they'll give a reply. If we like apple, then it asks, "Do you like apple?" Yes, and again, if it's gone asking the questions, if the answer what we tell will be.
Okay, I feel like you have confused it with blue, but it's okay. Comments are like we write it after an hashtag. It will be in usually in another color in collab. So it will not have any effect on the actual code. It's used for reference about the code. But Gujav, I feel like you might have confused the question, but it's okay. Then, shall we start today's class?
Yes.
Yeah. So the first topic we have is if-else statements. Have you heard of this? Like when you hear it only, you can get the basic idea, if or else. So the first thing that comes to our mind is condition, right? So that is exactly what it is. If-else statements are conditional statements in Python. So they have basically two things what they do. That is like they control the flow of code and they by giving some conditions. Yeah. So we have a paragraph of text here. I'll just basically summarize it. So what it says is that in everyday life also, a lot of times we'll have to make choices between one or the other. It is the same in Python also. We may have to write code where if one input or one decision is taken, then the entire flow of the program will go that way. And if it is the other choice, then it will be going in a completely different direction. For example, you can take this. Is it sunny or is it rainy? That is a question, that is a condition. So imagine it is sunny. Then what will you do? You'll go outside, you'll play outdoor game, you might go eat an ice cream. So these are all the things that can happen. So that is the flow of events that happen. Okay, but there is else. Else, if it is rainy, what might happen? You might stay at home, you might play board games, or you might drink tea instead of ice cream. So all the events that happen, they are different. So because of that one decision, the entire events that happen later changes. It is simply the same in Python also. We are deciding the flow of control, like the flow of the code, based on a condition. Did you understand that? Do you have any doubts about it? I guess not. Then we'll see the syntax of it. Syntax basically means the structure of the like that statement. So the syntax is if, we say if, and then we write the condition, and then we add colon. The condition will be something like if say we have a variable called x, if x is greater than 0 or x is equal to 0 or something like that, then colon, and then go to the next line, and then leave a tab, like leave some space, and then write the statements to be executed, and that statements will be executed if the condition is true. And then go to the next line and write else, the word else, and then again add colon, and write the other statements which we want to execute if that condition is not true. So basically that is the syntax. Did you guys understand that? Then let's look at an example. I'll just pause my screen sharing for a minute and I'll share again. Is my screen visible now? No?
Yes.
Okay. So we have an example. We can we have a simple code to check whether a number is even or odd. So you are able to see this, right? Yeah. So we'll just look at the code line by line first, and then we'll understand how it works, and then we'll see if it actually works. Okay. So first we're taking an input from the user, like enter any number, and we are making the data type integer data type, and then we are assigning it to a variable called num. Okay. Then here is the part we are learning today. And then we are saying if, you'll remember this part from the syntax, if, and then this is the condition. if num and like divided by 2 leaves a remainder of 0, you'll know that this is a modulus operator, and it will give us the remainder of a division, right? So if the number divided by 2 gives 0 remainder, then like this colon, it can be considered as like then, you can relate to it that way. Print, the number is even. You will know that print is how we display the output. And did you understand this much? You guys can speak.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. And then we go to the next code and write else. Print, the number is odd. So here we don't have to specify anything else because a number can be even or it can be odd, right? So if it is not even, then obviously it will be odd. So we are not writing any other condition here. So that is if else statement. It is either one condition or the other. That's it. Nothing else. And then we print the number is odd. Shall we try to run it now? Okay. We got the prompt. Enter any number. What number should I say? Kriti, can you tell me a number?
5.
5. The number is odd. And yes, 5 is an odd number. So we understood that this actually works. Do you have any doubts with if-else statement? You can feel free to ask.
No.
Okay. Yeah. Now my screen is visible, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So we'll just see a flow chart of the if-else statement. Now I hope you do know how it works. Now we'll just see a flow chart of it. It's like we have a condition here, and now we are like if that condition we specify, right? Then we have two branches, two way it could go. It could be true if the condition is true. Then the statements in the if block. See, here you can see there is some space left out here, right? And then under the if statement, the next statements are printed here. Sorry, typed here. So all the things that come under it with that indentation is called to be in the if block, right? So then if this condition is true, then statements under the if block is executed. Otherwise, if the condition is false, then the statements under the else block is executed. It's quite simple, and this flowchart will help you understand it even better. Okay. So I hope you did understand. Then we'll go on to if else statements. Yeah. Sorry, if else statements. So this basically is almost similar to if else statements with one difference, that is before we only had two options, either this or that. But now we are able to give more other options. It doesn't have to be A or B, it could be many other things. Okay. So in real world examples, you can think that like in most of the cases, you won't be sticking with this or that. You will have many other choices to choose from, right? So let's take an example. Imagine you're going to a restaurant. Okay. So yeah. Imagine you're going to a restaurant. Now you want to choose what to eat. And then how will you choose? Let's say it is morning. If the time is morning, then you will be choosing to eat something from the breakfast menu, like idli, dosa, or something like that. Or if it is afternoon, you might have something like a meal, a full meal. Or if it is evening, you might just want to stick with something lighter, something like a snack or something, tea or coffee. So these are different conditions, like different cases. It's not this or that case, but there are different choices to choose from. Uh, did that example seem relatable, or did you get what I was trying to say? Did you understand how if elif else statement works?
Yeah.
Yeah. So and then you have this all these conditions, and say you do not want to eat anything else. Then you're saying, then fine, I'll just have a glass of water. That is else. So it will be like, if this morning I'll have dosa. If the time is afternoon, I'll have a full course meal. If the time is evening, I'll have tea. Else, I'll just have a glass of water. If it is none of that, then I'll just have a glass of water. It's, something like that. Before we see the example here, we'll see the flow chart. I guess that flow chart helps remember better. So we have the first condition here. This condition will be written near the if. Okay, sorry, before that. The syntax is similar to the like if else statement, if and then condition and then colon, and below that we write the statements to be executed. And in the next line, instead of if, we are going to write elif, and then we are going to specify the new condition, the other condition which we are going to test, and then colon, and below that the statements. Similar to if else statement only, but with the change of the elif word. Yeah. So here you can see the flow chart. First, we are writing the condition of if, and if that condition is true, then the statements under that is executed. If that condition is false, then we are going to check the next condition. It might be under elif. It will be under elif. If that condition is true, then the statements under that block will be executed. If that is also not true, then there will be another block called else block, and the statements under that will be executed. So if none of the conditions are satisfied, then automatically the statements under else will be executed. You will see that it is very similar to if else, with an exception of having more choices. Did you guys understand this much?
Yes.
Okay, then we'll see the example for this. Okay. We are going to write a code to check if a number is positive, negative, or zero. These are three cases. So just like before, we are taking input from the user of the data type integer, then assigning it to a variable called num. And then we are writing if, and then we have the first condition. If num is greater than 0, then print that the integer is a positive number. Well, here I have written z, which represents the integer. If it is greater than 0, then it will be written as such. If the number is equal to 0, then it will be printed as z is equal to 0. Z is 0. Otherwise, the only other case left is that it is negative. It is not positive also, it is not 0 also. Then it must be negative. Then it will be printed as it is a negative number. Did you guys understand this code? We'll try running it now. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you tell me any number? It can be negative or positive or 0. Hamsini, can you tell me a number? Any number is fine.
9.
9. Okay. Yeah. 9 is a positive number. Z represent integers. You understood that, I guess. It is a positive number. Yeah. So that was it for the topics to be covered today. If else statement and if else statement. So did you guys understand this much?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. No doubts?
No.
No doubts.
Okay. Then shall we try to solve a question?
Yes, sister.
Okay. So I have the question here. It says use conditional statements to display a message based on how many kittens you have. So let's just assume that you are a cat owner and you have many numbers of kittens. You might have any number of kittens, and based on the number of kittens you have, we'll give a different message. Did you understand the question?
Can you explain it once again, sister?
Okay. So let's just think that you have, like the user has some number of kittens. So based on the number of kittens, we are going to type a different message each time. See here, if the number was more than 0, we said it is positive, and if it was 0, we said it is 0. In the same way, we are going to give a different message each time based on the number of kittens they have. Did you understand?
Yes, sister.
Yeah. We don't have much time left, but we can solve this. So, what I want you guys to do is you will tell me what I should type, okay? And then together we'll try to make this code. Nitin, Kriti, and Hamsini, all of you can tell me what to like type.
Can we start with a variable
Okay. What do you want the variable to be?
kitten
Okay.
Kitten.
Yeah. And then?
equals to
Hmm.
input
Okay.
int,
Okay.
not int, input function.
Oh,
With a, okay. Then enter the number of kittens you have under apostrophe.
yeah.
Hello.
Second. Yeah.
Number of kitten.
Yes. You have. Okay. Then
Then
everybody can say, okay? Yes. Yes, Hamsini. Or else, Nitin, you can only continue.
next in the next line, if condition,
Yes.
if kitten
Sorry. Kitten
equals to
equals to.
or equals to or greater than
Okay.
equals to or greater than 1
And one.
colon
Yeah.
and next line print and bracket open and I don't know what to tell for this.
Kriti, what should we say if they have more than one kitten? Just imagine your friend has more than one kitten. What would you want to tell them? Can we say that you seem to love cats?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Then next, what should I do?
Should we go with just if else or if else?
If LF also we can go. Then we'll need to make some changes.
If you want to go with if else, then we might do some changes.
Okay.
Greater than or equal to in the if statement itself, you just change the number to 3.
Okay. Then we can say you seem to love cats very much. They have
Ah.
3 cats and we need at least a very much to show that. Okay, next what should I do?
Elif,
Elif.
LF. Hamsini, you can continue. Thank you, Nitin. LF.
Kitten.
Then similar to before only. Kriti or Hamsini, either of you can say.
Less than 3 or is equal to 0.
Or that will be in the next statement, I think. We are telling one condition here, no? So, or will come as another statement. So that is the basic idea of if else statement. Or is that we are saying, or is another condition, right? That will be written as another condition. So if it is greater than or equal to 1, can we say that?
Okay.
Okay. And then
Print.
print.
Uh, you seem to love cats.
Okay. They don't get the very much. That
Yeah.
is reserved for the people with more than 3 cats. Okay, sounds good. Yeah. Then
Else kitten.
else, else, see, here's the thing. Near the else, we don't need to specify a condition. That's because if we are telling one condition, if else, that is otherwise, okay? If it is something, otherwise, if it is something else, if the case is a different one. And then else will be like, if none of that is true, then do this. It is automatically assigned if none of the conditions are true. So near else, we don't need to actually specify a condition. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Then okay. But good job. Like we are practicing now, right? Let's take it as. Then what will we write for else?
I don't know what to say
excuse
there.
me, sister.
Yes.
Actually, I made a mistake in the first line. After input, we should use integer.
You realized it now. I was thinking who will catch it. Did you guys also find it, Kriti and Hamsini? We have a small mistake that was like, or we can just say something that we forgot. No necessarily a mistake. So we did not add this data type. So what would happen is when we get the input, it automatically is considered to be a string. And then when we are doing these operations on it, it would not work because that is a string and it needs to be an integer for this condition to work. So we are assigning the data type integer and now it is supposed to work. So under else, what should we write?
ಏನು?
Consider getting a cat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now we have this one ready. Shall we execute it?
Yeah.
Okay. Now how many kittens do we actually have? You can tell me.
4.
4 kittens. Yeah, you seem to love cats very much. Do you actually have cats at your home?
No.
Any of you, Kriti and Nitin, do you have cats?
No.
No. No, I do not have either. Maybe we should all consider getting cats. But yeah, so I hope you did understand and great job. We made this by ourselves together. We collaborated and made it. So that is a big deal. Yeah, so great job, everybody. So do you have any doubts regarding this? Not only this particular code, but also how to use it and where to use it. Do you have any such doubts?
No.
Okay. If you are, then you can tell me and we'll sort it out. So that is it for today's class. Like that is all the concepts you were learning new. So before we end today's class, we'll have a small assignment. It is very similar to what we just did and what we learned. So the assignment is to create a simple food recommendation system using if-else statements. The system should suggest the food based on input. And don't make it time because we already had that example in class. So you can make a simple food recommendation system by taking the input from the user. I hope you guys already have an idea of what to make when hearing the question itself, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it is a simple thing. You can just think and come up with your assignment and you can send it to me by next Tuesday. Is that okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will we going to have any classroom such as thing?
Well, not now. If it is there, I'll tell in the group.
Okay.
We'll just figure all the details. Until that, you can just share it to me, to my number. It's fine. If you have any trouble in doing that, you can always tell me. Yeah, so that is it for today's class. I hope you enjoyed and learned lots, and I enjoyed too. Then we can go back to the main meeting now. Thank you.
Thanks, sister.